Welcome back to another reaction for the Ghost in the Shell 2026 episode 2. Not that I believe anyone would confuse this with earlier iterations, but still. Yeah, Kodansha. Signed Saru.
いいから休めよ。
Okay. This looks old.
ちゃんとしたもの食べたいでしょ。仕事頑張ってきたんだし。
The
お
baby.
前の親父
Oh.
はバカもんだ。ドジ踏んで迷惑かけて、ヒラにこう。
I can't tell her that I will be busted back down to
ヒラに
beat
降格な
up because I messed up big time and made trouble for everyone.
言えないよな。
この水いっぱい作るのにさ。
よせよも
いいパンチだったな。
We are just okay. Just to make a glass of water this size. The water is a scarcity. I could see that happening. I mean, if you overlay that to our modern day, imagine we have AI data centers everywhere. Water's going to run out quick as a commodity to drink, essentially. So I can see this being one of those problems. But I'm assuming you are not getting drunk on water, though.
いいパンチだったな。
勝者に乾杯。
お前に知らせることが2つある。いい知らせある。いい知らせと悪い知らせだ。特殊部隊設立の予算が審議会を通過したと言ったろ。あれはダミーだ。実際にはお前の申請額の3倍の規模で国際救助隊が設立される。これで民間人を見殺しだとか、平和を金で買っているとか言われずに済む。
Nobody can say that we aren't doing anything to help civilians die or that we are buying peace with cold hard cash. But you just said you had triple the budget. And I'm assuming this is a good news. What is the bad news?
金で買っているとか言われずに済む。というのは建前で、予算の8割は広角機動隊の創設資金となる。上は首相だけ、責任はわしが持つ。階級なしの実力主義最優先ライン。犯罪の目を探し出し、これを除去する。お前やわしが心から望んでいた公正の組織だ。
Okay. What are you telling everyone it is? Yeah, it was past national conflict, re-saying triple the budget, we create an international rescue unit, okay. But it is essentially a crime unit. I do like her eyes. Are they red the whole time? Yes. Red pink. Now, also, it will always be on the offensive, the kinds that you and I have dreamed of. Didn't we just last episode had like, hey, we are done kind of deal because you tried to test them and they didn't like that. So they were like, you know what? You're not going to pay us. You're not going to do this thing with us. We are going somewhere else.
公正の組織だ。質はお前たち次第だが。
Are we going to get some upgrades with the budget? I feel like we do, right? Because now I mean, this is exactly what you wanted, right? So we take the budget, we upgrade a little bit, and then we start fighting crimes? Or is this maybe a flashback? No, it's not. Because the orphanage, we saw that happen in the last episode. Never mind.
こいつらにもう一杯ずつ同じやつを。無駄遣いなんて予算を切られたんだ。 明朝6時その誓約書に目を通し
Oh, they were cut from the budget, saying they were a waste of money. You mean these guys? So I'm trying to brain not smart enough. Brain cells frying. So essentially, they got together. They started this unit. They were like, okay, we are trying this unit. We had the orphanage mission. Stuff didn't went the way they wanted. And our guys, our lady and her group were like, you know what? Peace out. Fuck you all. And now he's coming back and is like, hey, the Prime Minister has a different group that is supposedly an international rescue unit, but 80% of that is for a specialized crime unit that is under the Prime Minister. And it is exactly what you and I wanted ever to have. So you are cut from the previous idea, but this new one, you can slide in and come work with us again under a different banner, I guess. It's more a secret organization this time around. Now that I think about it, it feels like a secret police, not as not as secret policey, because it's not going to try to arrest people that are against the Prime Minister yet. But I feel like it could go that way really quickly. But, right? So we had the one job, it didn't work out, we have this new secret job, and we are back in business, right?
さんを切られたんだ。明朝6時その誓約書に目を通しサインして持ってこい。8時には全洗脳装置の回収に立ち会う。待っとるぞ。
We'll be at the collection of all of those brainwashing devices.
待っとるぞ。
してやられたな。大臣も施設も俺たちも。これは施設の独創なんてのもでっち上げだぜ。
なんかいいことあったか？ついでにもう一つ面白いことがあるぜ。すぐそこでサロ親父の車見つけたんで、タイヤに花火仕掛けてやった。
え？
We were just getting another job from them, what we ever wanted, with a huge budget. We get so many upgrades. We are going to bust so many criminals, and now you fuck him over. Essentially, he came with a nice bouquet of flowers, and you pissed on his leg.
ご苦労だな、車両課に回せ。
I see what is going on. They did say a second ago that he essentially fabricated everything, the job beforehand, or better, the mission for the job, because he didn't really want you to work in the open. There was always this plan with the Prime Minister and the Special Crime Unit, but they needed to give you a little test to see if you are good enough, I assume. So he's always one step in front of you. How did this car? Oh, this was not the car that he drove in, right? No, or is it? No, he drove in the car. Okay. How do you know this is his car? Did you just blow up a random car and hoped it was his?
部長！高級払ってね。
I mean, again, lots of upgrades, I assume. Also, the style reminds me a little bit of old school, like Ranma and all of those, like 2000 anime. Especially this one, you know, like Dragon Ball Z. Right, opening. Very freaky. Pretty sure we saw this. Yeah. Yep, 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 yep. Music, copyright, always awful. The Ghost in the Shell Committee. Okay. Junk Jungle. Why would you do this? I don't understand that. Why don't you have an ashtray? You have a butler. Tell him, hey, if he's a good butler, you didn't even need to tell him. He would just deliver an ashtray for you. Ow.
あーくそってるエアコン使えねえのにこんな中にいられるかもうやめやめ昼間はこれでなかなか見つかりにくいぜだいたい俺って24時間監視には向いて
Didn't they have like infrared and bullshit like that? What do you mean no one is going to see you camoed up?
ないんだよねえ感圧式警報器にゴルゴン地雷ダミーか本物もったいねえ仕掛け方後でもらって帰ろっと
So because he disarms the mine, they got the information. I mean, it makes sense if you have like this advanced information network and you plant a bunch of mines that work over the network, that you just check if they are all active, and if one of them is not active anymore, you probably want to check that out. I mean, he has to be rich for him to waste cigars like that. It's the second one he wasted. Why are you here? Aren't you the boss? You're the boss, right?
ここ32時間でくだらない電話が2回それ以外は何にも交代も差し入れも何もなしまあ一杯やれこいつはどうもこれはありましたね韓国の情報筋の警告通り人形使いがネットの各端末に介入し始めた正体不明で超ハッカーのそれがこの張り込みと活動の傾向からガベル共和国との秘密会談に対する妨害の気配がしとるじゃあ秘密会談とは言えませんね俺が張ってるのは会談の情報を漏らしたやつ日本へ亡命希望中の元軍政指導者それだけだわざわざそれを言いに違うお前たちの回線で草薙を呼び出せ第17フラットに来いと伝えろ少佐は夏休みで休暇は取り消す
So we have this unit, this crime fighting unit. He's part of it. And a part of the unit is on leave in 3 months already. I also would have assumed you would work together. Maybe the idea is he's going to do some surveillance for a week and then they come back from their leave and we can go. Okay. Isn't she like partially android or something? Oh wow, okay. Hello?
ごめん待たせちゃって。
I was looking at I was looking at her, how she is like real, not real here. Whoop. Is she gone? She back? I did not even what are we eating?
ごめん待たせちゃって。あれファランクスはエンドルの炭素デバイスにかかってボーン。値上げ時ね。
Price hike. I also find it interesting the tattoo looks more like a glove. It literally is, right? It's like something you put on your arm, but it's not really. Your arm is not tattooed. It's just like a wrap. Very shiny hand, arm, everything. Now it sounded like they are paid. I mean, this has to suck, right? Is she under drugs? This looks like as if she was administering medicine on herself.
腹の中に気持ち悪い。ぬるぬるしやがってなめくじかよお前は。端末がない機械。
Thank goodness you were playing with an organ that didn't have any terminus. Does it count as an organ? I believe so. Maybe. I feel like some of the parts here are you just have to make some assumptions what they mean. So terminus is like, hey, this is connected to the, to her psyche or like the internet, something cyber like. So I'm assuming he's talking about the nether regions that maybe not are cyberized. So they don't have a connection, so he can't feel what they felt like. Because he was talking about, oh, you're all slimy and sticky and whatever. Are you a slug? Because he probably felt all the stuff around the skin. Also, very interesting, you just hung out with, I'm assuming your friends?
こうすときおもちゃにすんなって。
要件を。
非常招集フラット17で荒巻が待ってる。
20分後に到着予定と伝えなさい。
やだもうそればっかし。休暇は私たちにくれるって言ったじゃない。
休暇終わっちゃった。帰るとき部屋のシール固めといて。後で連絡するね。
もうイコライザー返して。
And that also the equalizer, so I guess it's maybe I don't know, a program. It's like they're talking in riddles, and I'm like, what do you mean equalizer, tactical feedback? So whatever it is, it made them feel good, and she was supposed to spend more time with these two ladies, and she can't.
通訳の容体は安定してます。横槍が入りそうです。
荒牧か。
おはようございます大臣。
いやあ荒牧君、外務省に何か用かね。
ガベル共和国ですが。
用度6、難度1、ランク E。さほど重要ではないな。今は核武装もしとらん。外交的にも経済的にもどうということのない小国だ。元は軍政だったが、革命後はまあまあ民主的にやっとるよ。確か革命軍の戦術指導に君の部下が当たっていたな。
So this, I don't remember. Is this the prime minister? No clue. But he seems to know a lot about countries. He has some good information. This could also be, again, it's a cyber future, so they could also be connected to like ChatGPT essentially. But here, utility 6 trouble 1, so it's no trouble. I'm assuming low number is less important and high number more important. The question is, how high do these numbers go? 10? I'm assuming 10. So we have utility 6, so they seem to have something going for them. Maybe they have some resource, maybe they have some tactical importance. Yeah, whatever. And he was also saying, he said they had like a revolution, they're now very democratic. And they don't have nukes, which is an interesting aspect.
元軍事政権の親玉マレス大佐が病気療養と称して我が国に滞在しとる。懲りずに軍政派に支援を送っとるよ。おかげで軍政派がまだプラチナの鉱脈を抑えとる。
では秘密
I guess that is where the utility comes from, the platinum mine.
会談というのは
空回りの ODA だ。稼いだ金じゃないから身につかんし、搾取の返済だと思っとるから誰も感謝などせん。
厳しいですな。
What? ODA that won't do any good. I don't know what the ODA is. It isn't money that was earned, so it won't be used responsibly. ODA. Is it like support money? We have ODA, is that International Finance ODA stands for Official Development Assistance. Okay, so we give them money to build up or do whatever. And that is why it is money that was earned, so it won't be used responsibly. And since it's viewed as payoff for past exploitation, it wonders, okay, I see. So we could give them money, but it is not going to be used well, and it is mostly seen as us paying back for what we did before. Okay.
厳しいですな。マスコミはオフレコ発言でも流しますよ。で、政府の意向は
状況は極めてデリケートだ。様子を見ないと世論処理が難しくなる。マレス大佐を放り出し援助を進めるか、大佐の亡命を認めて援助を断るか。
Why not accept his asylum and not cut off aid? Or is the aid going directly to Colonel Malice?
認めて援助を断るか。
プラチナ周りの金の流れを監視したら面白いでしょうな。
税金の無駄遣いはいかんな。
Yeah, the taxpayers' money. But what about the International Rescue Unit?
軍政側に戦術指導したやつがおるな。
そう
情報部は引っ込んでろ。特務権限だ。
えい、邪魔。
Last time we had a lady connected to something, it got lewd.
彼女は外務大臣の通訳だ。
知ってる。うちのトグサが仲良くしてたことあるから。
How close?
23分前、ウイルスが彼女に侵入した。今、逆探知でウイルスを仕掛けた犯人を追っとる。
どうやってウイルスの侵入を？
情報勝ちだ。移動好きな犯人でな。場所を変えて7分ごとに5秒ずつ侵入してくる。
で、その犯人を抑えるまで彼女はこうしてヤバい協力をしてくれるわけね。ウイルスが彼女のゴーストに到達するのは
初期型の HS リーダー。
2時間強ってとこね。
石川とボーマが車で逆探位置を追跡しとる。合流しろ。
Why is he looking? Also, for some reason I assumed we would be in the desert with like no cars around. But no, we are in a full-blown city. Okay, this is going to be hard.
スナブは5ヤード以内に接敵してからと決めてるけど、 その程度は波ね。
そんなの射的業界でも聞いたことないぜ。
私たちに必要なのは絶対に倒せる距離まで接敵する能力よ。
Okay. Oh, we are putting on armor. Okay. I was wondering, I assumed she would go on like a bike or something.
敵がしたけりゃ射程距離がうんと長い超小型巡航ミサイルで
Get yourself a super compact cruise missile. We're into sharpshooting. Cruise missile and sharpshooting. Not the combination I would have assumed you were going with.
超小型巡航ミサイルで象でも撃ちなさい。
Fire at an elephant. Just a question. How expensive is a cruise missile that you just buy one? Are there deals? 50% off, buy one, get one free?
ところでメインにリボルバー使ってるってツーマンセルで2丁下げでもジャムが怖い。
俺は2007が好きなの。
やばい目に遭うのは私なんだから。セブロの5ミリ20連にしなさい。それにショットガン？
全南スラッグだから大概の車は抜けるぜ。
うちの仕事はミンチ作りじゃないわ。壁抜きはライフルに任せなさい。
結構使えるんだけどな。
I feel like it would be better to have something that has like birdshot or whatever, something that is not as lethal. So you can disarm people, make them unfit to fight.
今回は多分必要ないわ。外務大臣の通訳についたハッカーを逆探してるだけだから。
Are you though?
彼女に？
心配ないわ。HA3 が彼女のゴーストに到達する前に回線は遮断する。それまでに逆探で星を見つけとかないとね。
HA3？
第4次比較大戦中に作られた軍事用 AI。
The military AI created during non-nuclear World War IV. Non-nuclear. We have to specify now. In this war, we didn't use them. We didn't use the little fireworks for some reason.
みたいなもんよ。
どういうウイルスなんだ？
いわゆる人格乗っ取り型。単体では無害だけど、ゲノムが揃うとすぐに動き出す。最近の方だと潜伏期間があって逆探できないから、オールドドッグでよかったわ。
いいわけないだろ。
心配するな。どのみち彼女は無傷で済む。
なんでそんなものが今さら彼女に？
That is a good question. It smells like a trap. I don't know. I don't trust this situation. Also, it is interesting she's like 60 plus but does look very young. I wonder how long people live.
車壊すなよ、トグサ。
Also, it does seem like he's more or less normal human, and the other ones are, all the ones that are really strong are not fully human anymore.
気持ちはわかるが邪魔だからしまっとけ。
俺はロボットじゃないの。
そこが新米だってのよ。
What did we use the budget for, by the way?
分かってるって。
I remember this from the movie. Isn't he like leaving coins or sticks or whatever behind?
トータルで40秒も遅れてるんだぜ。5秒で済むから。いやあ、悪いね。怠けてると街がゴミだらけになっちまうぞ。
I wonder how you started How did you start infecting her? How did that start?
何日になる？
さあなあ、覚えてねえよ。おかげで子供は他人顔、女房は離婚をわめくし、こっちの浮気を疑ってる。あっちの方が怪しいのにな。
浮気できるほど解消があるかぐらいわかるだろうね。
我々を舐めとるな。
夢の島ならぬ夢の後の島だね、こりゃ。食堂街担当だったらもっとだろう。
推薦状書いてやるよ。
ジャングルカラスが多いな。
もしもし警察、ゴミ捨て場にまたじいさんが捨てられてるぜ。
ガス行きます。
ビニール袋に割れたことしてるだよな。
この注射器検体用って書いてある。はあ、俺たちも外国人労働者みたいに抗議活動しなきゃアームドスーツ買ってもらえないだろうな。
What the fuck? What did you just wash everything? Did you explode everything? How is it even fitting all in your little car?
構成防壁で焼き殺しちまえばいいのに。
次の推定区域に草薙が向かっとる。お前たちはそこで何かを探せ。
何かって何よ。
何かをだ。
クソ親父。
あんでま、回収車いねえだよ。
回収がいたのか。
あんたら清掃局？
いたのかいねえのか。
いただよ。で、ゴミ持って降りてきたらもういねえ。一人がゴミ運んでよ。もう一人は電話してただよ。あ、これを。
清掃車、先回りするわ。
草薙聞いてるか。
Oh, totally forgot. So they all look the same? All AI, right? Robots?
フラット17にいた情報部の中島がこの山を担当したがっとったろ。
ええ。
マレスのところに奴から電話があった。奴は架空の会社でプラチナを売りさばいとるらしいぞ。彼女は現状維持だ。我々の動きを知られたくない。
Okay, back to a little
大
ropey.
げさに考えすぎじゃない？
手抜き操作したいの？
Fascinating, they can go invisible that quick.
ただのゴミ回収業者のいたずらかもよ。なんだよ少佐、そういうのよそうぜ。
もし HSD が彼女を支配してたら、ガベル共和国代表は秘密会談の場で殺されてたでしょうね。なぜ時代遅れの HSD なんかで仕掛けてきたと思う？バレた時、新型なら逆探知できず、前軍事政権指導者マレスに疑いがかかるからよ。
じゃあ誰かに罪を着せるために？偶然はない？手持ちが HSD しかなかったとか。
この件ではないわ。
We were just talking about someone getting a cruise missile. I feel like they would be able to get the newer, upgraded virus.
よく自分の短絡さが気にならないわね。
犯人はマレス？
階段の情報を漏らしたやつとね。あなたもそのうちゴーストがささやくようになるのかしら。
少佐、ゴミ回収車の巡回地図が手に入った。暗号変換シュトラース OP257 で送るぜ。
OK。
Me is a hottie. Gusa is a newbie.
トグサ、わかった？行くわよ。
Yeah, he's not cyborg stuff, right? Can you communicate this way with him?
次から俺がゴミ運んでお前が電話するってのはどう？
いや。ゴーストハックしてまで自分の女房の気持ちを知りたいかね。
顔も合わせないままいきなり離婚だぜ。
でも防壁破りなんてよく手に入ったな。
飲み屋で親切なやつと知り合ってさ、俺が一日中ゴミを回収してるの知ってこうやって防壁破りを置いといてくれてる。
しかし情けない話だな。
So does he not know what he's doing?
弁護士が合わせてくれなくてさ。
I mean, you want to hack her. I feel like, yeah, it's a good idea to not let you see her. You're crazy. Hey, me.
はい、1205号車。
警察にお前らの巡回路を聞かれたぞ。
専務さん、なんでそんな。知らないっすよ。
Oh, he does know what he's doing.
あの親切なやつに知らせないと。 少佐
大丈夫よ心配いらないわもうすぐ着くから
They're literally flying through the air with something that probably weighs tons. So this is the guy we want to catch.
いたぞ彼だ
Man, this has to suck. You get ratted out by some noobs. Right, I remember. I mean, whoever is behind this has to have some better gear. Confidential, internal use only. Next episode. Oh, wow, okay. I mean, yeah, so a lot of stuff happened. So there's this colonel and he has control over the platinum mines somehow. And he's trying to fake that someone is interfering with this woman. I forgot why again. They didn't really say why, but he seemingly gave the command because if the virus would have been a new virus and it would have neutralized her, he would be the prime suspect, but because it is an older virus, he is less likely to be the suspect, which makes it more likely that he is behind it. We were on a vacation. Short, but sweet. I feel like the vacation didn't finish, but I may be wrong. This also the whole part about the garbage truck and the phones was in the movie. I do wonder how much is going to be from the movie and how much is not. I'm trying to remember what was in the movie again. Again, the garbage truck was in there. Also, the guy with his gun, and that he's running away, camouflaged. I do remember somewhat, because I'm just trying to figure out: are we going to just do what the movie did? Because if so, we could have just re-released the movie. I feel like. But there's probably more than enough extra content we could use. I don't know. We also saw that in the dream, at least, she had like, one of the girls had like a tattoo sleeve, which is interesting. And she was also changing that, so it had some effect. They were also using some blue juice. Now it also makes sense that the third girl, was just there, dropped down, disappeared, and then appeared on the boat because it was a simulation. Which makes me wonder, so our girl here, she likes other girls? You're not interested in guys at all, or no? I don't know. I don't know. Definitely, that was quite a scene, but it was mostly right. We are now part of the crime unit that officially is a rescue unit, but it's used by the prime minister to fight crime. There's a colonel. He has connections. We had our little fun. We had a little meeting. And again, I do not remember why she's attacked. She's the foreign minister's okay. Translator was right. Interpreter. So she has a lot of information, I assume. Okay. Makes sense then. And it's mostly just us trying to find the hacker, find how he's doing this. Like in the movie. But the beginning and the simulation, I believe, was not in the movie. I would remember that, definitely.